and welcome back to the channel, Simon's Side of Football. Please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, it'll be much appreciated. It's a big game today, Spurs versus Leeds at Ellen Road. It'll be a difficult game, their fans will be right up for it, it'll be loud. I think Leeds will really try to press us today. Hopefully we can get an early goal just to quieten the fans down and to settle into the game. I'll give my predicted lineup in a minute. We'll also get into the last couple of games against Bodo and Wolves. Poor performances against them too. Hopefully for a better performance today. So I think a goal today will be Vicario. Thomas Frank's number one. I'd like to see Kingsley get a chance soon. I think Vicario's made a couple of mistakes, but it seems he likes him as his number one. So I'll expect him to be in goal today. Right back, Pedro Porro. Left back, I think he'll start Udoji today. I think he'll start. And then Van der Ven and Romero, who's back from injury. He was only missed the midweek game for precautions. So yeah, he'll be playing. I think midfield will be Polinia, Sarr, and I think number 10 will be Xavi Simons will play there today. I hope he plays there today. On the right will be Kudus, and on the left I think Brennan Johnson will start with Richarlison up front. You can put anyone really on the left at the moment with Odiber, Tell or Johnson or Simmons, but I think Simmons will be suited more as a number 10. And I think if he, for him to settle a bit quicker, I think we need to keep him in one position. I think the number 10 where he sees where we will see the best of him will be there. So I'm hoping he will play there today. Yeah, so it's going to be a difficult game against Leeds. Hopefully we can get an early goal, settle down. On at 12:30 today on TNT Sports. I'll be watching the game. I'll give a report on the game tomorrow morning and give my ratings as well. I haven't done videos for a while really. I've just I've had a lot of issues and that with my back and stuff and just life really. But back now doing videos. I'm doing regular 3-4 times a week hopefully. For you guys, if there's any content you enjoy, so let me know in the comments as well. But yeah, so we had Bodo Glint in the week. A point was a good result in the end after being 2-0 down. Really, even we wanted to win the game. I was disappointed we didn't get the win, but after going 2-0 down, I was satisfied with a 2-2 draw, really, and getting a late goal again. Bodo were a much better team. They really pressed us well. They had about 70% of the ball. They had created a lot of chances. We didn't really create too much. We hit the woodwork a couple of times. But yeah, we were 2-0 down. 2 good goals from them. Poor defending for especially the second one. Vicario, the ball got passed back to, which was from Van der Ven, which was a poor back pass really. And Vicario just looped it up in the air. And then for some reason, Spence tried just flicking it. Went to their player. They played it to their attacker who done a good bit of skill pass Porro and just smashed it in the corner. Then we got Van der Ven went up the other end and got a good header, and then a late goal where Richarlison put some pressure after Gray had a shot and it hit their defender and went in. So 2-2. We also had a goal disallowed from, I thought it was another sort of a bit of a weak decision really. Van der Ven held the player's shirt but not for really too long, and it wasn't like a proper tug. So so it finished 2-2. Was happy with the point in the end, but if you want to, in the Champions League, against these smaller clubs, you need to be really beating them. We beat Villarreal the week before. I think was quite fortunate as well, where we won 1-0. But we got 4 points out of the first 2 games, so can't complain too much. And then last weekend when we played Wolves, terrible, probably I'd say the worst performance I've seen this season. Terrible. We were lucky to get a point where Padrinho got a late goal, and then he celebrated like crazy, took his shirt off, was a bit too much. Just getting a point against Wolves, who were bottom, who hadn't even had a point this season at home. Our home form's been a bit poor this year so far. Drawing with Wolves, losing the ball for a good team, but we didn't play very well against them either. So we need to get a win today against Leeds, sitting 5th in the league, I think, after Bournemouth's result last night. We can go back up to 2nd on goal difference. But we don't do very well just before international break. We never win just before an international break, so we need to change that today. And it's it's going to be a more difficult game than some people might think. Leeds away is going to be a hard game at their grounds. I think if we get an early goal, I think we will go on and win the game. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, looking forward to the game. Hopefully for a better performance than the last couple of games. We need to really show our class today, and hopefully we can get a win. So injuries, yeah, Mawani's still out. He's back in training the last couple of days, but he's nowhere near fit. I think it's going to be a little while yet, really. I think he's not really played any minutes yet. The Premier League's very demanding. So even after the international break, I think he'll be slowly introduced into the team. I think it'll be another month till we might even see him get a start really for Spurs. That's with him not getting any more injuries and any more setbacks. But we really need to get him on the pitch. He's been out with a dead leg. I've never known anyone to be out of a dead leg for 2 or 3 weeks, but apparently it had a bleed to it or something like that. But yeah. Also, who else? Kulu's back in training, but he's a while away. He's still a while. I think about another 6 to 8 weeks before we'll see him. Maddison, we know, he's out for the season. Who else is out injured? Solanke, he's had his minor op now. No time frame, but he seems to think it's not going to be too long. But I think we've got to be careful. He's not played all season either. He's had a problem at his ankle all summer really, and start of the season. So I think it'll be a little while till we see Solanke as well. But we do need players back. Takai is, our summer signing we bought from the J League for around 5 million. He's back. Hopefully he might be in the squad today. Might see him get a few minutes towards the end of the game. We'll see. But yeah, he's back. But he's going to have to come up to speed. But I know he's been in training for the last couple of weeks. So if he's ready, maybe Frank will have him on the bench today. We'll see if he's there. And hopefully we might see a few minutes from him today. So yeah, I think that'll be the predicted lineup today. We'll see. But Thomas Frank has had some surprises. He has been changing his team quite a bit. He makes 3 or 4, maybe 5 changes now, every now and then. So most games. So I've not seen him keep the same team. Maybe has he kept the same team? Maybe once so far. But yeah, we need to get a win. It's been, the season so far. We're in 5th place. We've only lost 1 game. It's going to take time to, get Thomas Frank's ideas and how we're going to play across. I understand not every game is going to be, we're going to be brilliant. We just got to make sure we pick up points when we're not as good. Like when we beat Villarreal in the Champions League, we wasn't at our best. We got the 3 points. Wolves were poor, but we only got a point. Bournemouth were poor, and we lost. But when we played really well against West Ham and Man City, we looked really good. Beating both 3-0. I know West Ham went down to 10 men, but we were well in control of the game when we were 1-0 up already. We need to get back to them sort of performances. We need Richarlison to, he's hit or miss. He's played well in some games, and then some games he's played really poor. I think he only had about 10 touches against Bodo Glint in the week, and it's just not good enough. He can be a real presence up there if he. I think he's a confidence player though. He really is, but he's had a run of games now, and he's not had an injury, which touch wood, because we ain't got no other recognised striker at the moment. We can't be playing Tell up front at the moment. I know Richarlison is not the best, but he's better than what Tell is at the moment. But Tell's only young; he's only 20, so got to give him time yet. But Richarlison's had a run of games, and he might have got a couple of goals, but I think in the past you could see that he's not really had runs of games where he's had 5 or 6, 7 games in a row where, then we can see him really building on to his performances. He's had that this season through the pre-season and the season so far. He's played every game, so he needs to really, if he wants to cement that number 9 role at Spurs for this season, he needs to really start getting some goals and having some better performances, because he's against Man City he was really good, against PSG in the Super Cup he was really good, so he's got it in there. He's just got to be consistent, and if he does that, he can be a really good striker for us, and he can hold up the ball, lay it off and get some goals, and be a real nuisance in that box. But we need to see that. Simmons is. We've seen flashes of good, brilliance of him. He's settling in. I definitely think he's going to be a really good player for us. I think he just needs a little bit of time to get used to the league. Kudus has been really good this season. I think there's been a couple of games where he's not been as good, but he's been really good. He's been probably one of our best players alongside Sarr, and I think our centre backs Van der Ven and Romero have been both really good as well this season. So yeah, big game today. Let's hope we can get a result. I'll do a video tomorrow on I'll give on the game and my ratings on the players. I'll do that. I will regularly be back on videos now. Sorry, I've not really been around, but life gets in the way sometimes. But yeah, so I hope you all have a good day. Enjoy the game, and I'll catch you all in the next one. And as always, come on, you Spurs.